Imagine this. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're sound asleep, dreaming about who knows what, and your phone goes off. Your bed's buzzing, you sit up straight awake, and you see that's one of your closest friends calling. Well, my first thought was, why are they calling me? It's 3 a.m. And then my second thought was, why are they calling me? It's 3 a.m. So I answered my phone, and before I could even say, hey, what's up, there was sobbing on the other end of the phone. My friend was concerned, she was crying, she didn't know what to do, she didn't know where to turn, and she felt like she just wanted to die. Luckily, in her circumstance, she didn't go through with it. A sad thing is that wasn't the first time I got that call. A lot of people get that call, but not everybody answers. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in 2016, according to the Jason Foundation. Teen suicide has a big impact in not only our city, not only our state, not only our country, but across the entire world. I know people have struggled with this, and I know ways that have helped them overcome this feeling. Today I want to talk about the impact of society, or the impact of depression on our society, some creative outlets that people have found, and what counseling would be like if someone seeks counseling. Between 500,000 and 1 million young people aged 15 to 24 attempt suicide each year, according to the National Society for Children in Poverty. The effect of teen suicide on our nation is astronomical. So many kids have this feeling that there's not enough. So many kids are bullied. Their emotions are rampant. But we don't realize that how many kids are actually going through this. Some people hide it, some people announce it, and others don't. There's been some people who have been able to find creative outlets to disperse their emotion. Psychologists suggest that writing is a form of dispelling depression and anxiety, especially journaling. That's according to iRecover. Not only writing you can write about a fiction person, you can write about a nonfiction person, you can write an animal, any of these ways. But this helps you because you don't have to write necessarily about yourself. Journaling is also really well because you do write about yourself. You write about what you did that day, how you're feeling, why you're feeling this way. And that can help someone understand why they're feeling this way and realize that it might only be a temporary problem. And then, 20 days from then, 20 months, 20 years, you can look back on that and realize, I got through that one day at a time. Art is also really good for trying to expel emotion. You can draw what you're feeling, whether you're a good artist or a bad artist, you can show that. It doesn't have to be in color, it can be in pencil. You can draw a stick figure, you can draw the sun, you can try to draw a dog, but all of this helps. You may not believe it, but it helps more than most people think. Not only are art and writing some other ways that you can express your emotion, but some people seek counseling. Counseling sounds pretty intimidating to most people, but from people who have been there and done that, they realize that it actually really helped. Journaling is good, but sometimes you can't just write those things down and keep them to yourself. Sometimes you do need to get help, and that's what counselors are there for, because they can help you sort through your brain and sift through all that. I do realize that as teenagers in our society and all across the world, teenagers are stuck in the middle of being a kid and being an adult. But through that, our emotions run rampant. And a lot of teenagers don't realize that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. This does mean high school is only temporary. Making the sports team or not making the sports team is only temporary. Dealing with this person, dealing with that person, going through this, going through that, it's all temporary. Because you can always look back and say that it was okay. You made it through. People need to realize that there's always another option. There's always another option. And if we can get that news out there, it would be much better. Just remember, the impact of society is great. There's always creative outlets such as writing and art. And if you have to, or you know somebody who has to, let them seek counseling. Thank you so much for listening.